or that, and I've been seeing some of the comments and some of the, let's just say some of the arguments. This is more or less responding to some of the arguments that people had, not even from me, but I've been seeing on Twitter and threads and all the other discussion videos about Shannon Sharp and the age gap, and then you're bringing in Tracy Ellis Ross, and again, one of my biggest things is I said all the time. Y'all not holding women accountable, and if anything, I say, oh, it's different. It's always different. Now let's just again, and I said this before. I don't care about the age gap because there are two. Because last time I checked, unless they say something different. Last time I checked, it's two consenting adults, and let's keep the word on adults. You are considered when you were last time I checked in America. When you are 18, you are considered a legal adult. A legal adult, and look, this is where like it falls apart with some people. Like it starts with here, even at the top. It's just like because, and especially a lot of women, some men too, but a lot of you women, y'all still consider 18 as a child. Well, if she's 19, that is a child. And I'm in the back of my head, I'm going, you're not a child with the law. I said, if she commits a crime, she commits a murder at 18 or 19, she's going to adult jail. You're not going to call her a child. They're not going to trial her as a juvenile. She's an adult. I understand. Like the law is the law, and then this is what I'm saying. It's just like even men that don't even agree with Shannon, what Shannon is doing, but they're just like he didn't do nothing wrong. It's just like they're getting chastised because Kevin Samuels said it before. It's like when you start giving out facts, they start giving out sign language. Shame, insults, guilt need to be right. I've seen men like they give logical answers and they give answers that like you can't retort because it's there on paper, and they'll call you a rapist or they'll call you an advocate of sexual assault, or you must like little kids. And I said, no, that is not it. We just follow the law. Men understand the law. If, if you're telling me that you are legally you are an adult as an 18, then you are an adult at 18. The thing is, and one of the things is women won't ever understand this is that men, we get looked at as an adults at 18. No one's calling an 18-year-old kid a child. He is an 18-year-old kid, an 18-year-old man a child. He's an 18-year-old man. He is an 18-year-old adult. Women, even though they say women mature faster than men, and that's probably true. I'm not even saying that it is or not. Even if we say women mature faster than men, y'all will still want to give them a shot. And that's another problem with this age gap thing I have problems with is that y'all do not hold women accountable. Y'all find every which way to avoid accountability on something that two consenting adults. And here's the thing, like a lot of people, and there's a lot of women, and some of the men, some of the liberal men, and I'm not even conservative. I'm like in the middle. It's like there's days I'm liberal, there's days I'm conservative. I tell people all the time, and to be a matter of fact, I'm actually more attracted to older women than I am to younger women. I'm the dude that will go after Tracy Ellis Ross than the 19-year-old. This is coming from that type. I'm that type of nigga. Like if the 19-year-old person and Tracy Ellis Ross is there, I'm going after Tracy Ellis Ross. I want people because I know people say, "Oh, you must like him young too. You must like one of the people that can't wait to yeah." I would go after Tracy. I have most of my girlfriends or most of the people I done went on dates with older than me my whole life. So one of my first dates, and I was like 20, 21. I met her at a club, and she was like 27, 28. We still cool to this day, but like it didn't work out. We still cool to this day, but obviously, like I was young and I was trying to get with a 27, 28. I didn't care about her age. I just thought she was cool. But I've always been attracted, like I said, always been attracted to older women. my ex that I talk about always on this channel. She is older than me, like a year or two, but she is older than me. Um, shoot, some of the black women that I've hell, even at my job, some of the people that I'm cool with, it's like older black women. So I've always been drawn to older women. That's just me. But enough about me. Think I explained enough. Anyway, but like I said, but a lot of y'all women, when it comes to the women, y'all look at them as childs, and that's unfair because y'all take y'all one of my biggest pet peeves is blaming the victim, but two, y'all take the blame off of the person that also she knows what she's doing. I tell people this all the time. I know some smart ass 18-year-olds and I know some dumbass 30-year-olds. And you like and that R. Kelly documentary didn't prove anything because like part one he was going after yes children, but part two he was going after women in their 30s and they were still naive and they were still falling for dumb shit and they were still I seen grown women have men sleeping on their couches or sleeping in their room and they don't have a job, but they giving a good dick for some shit like that. I remember people growing up there. So there's a lot of bullshit that I feel like a lot of women don't take accountability. But that's again, this is not even a woman bashing channel. I don't want people to come here and think, oh, this is a woman bashing channel. This is not a woman bashing channel. I call out everything that I think is wrong. And I think my videos have proven it. But that's one of them. That's one of the things that I see in this age gap argument. Another thing that I see that is pissed me off because when you say it's legal and they go so is slavery at one point, and like if you bring that up, first of all, that's apples and oranges because we was as black people, we was forced into slavery. She wasn't forced into a relationship with. She was not forced into a relationship with motherfucking Shannon Sharp. So let's just nip that in the butt because I always feel like that's apples and oranges right there. Like none of that even makes sense. It's just like it. The whole thing about it takes two to tango. Oh, she said yes. He can't do anything without her consent. Now, do I feel like saying that? Do I think Shannon Sharp is innocent? First things first. It's just like if you follow Shannon Sharp, you would know that that nigga is a freak, and I don't think he wants to be married nor tied up because he would be already. I know he has a kid. I think he has a son and some daughters or some shit like that. No, that man wants to have his fun. Obviously, he wants to have his fun. Same thing I said about Tracy Ellis Ross. I said I think Tracy Ellis Ross want to be married. She would have been married already, but I think Tracy Ellis Ross wants to have her fun. That's why I don't think she's married. Most of the people think it's like deep. Me with, and I'm pretty sure I said this on the last one. I think with Tracy Ellis Ross, she just want to be the star of the show. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. But she looked like she's not the type of person that if you tell her to do stuff, she's gonna nigga, you do it. She's gonna tell you fuck you because she gets her own money. But even then, it's just like this. The whole thing about so was slavery. Yes. At one point, slavery was legal, and it's not anymore. But even then, it's just like you was forced into slavery. Just think about that. It's like you was forced into slavery. They wasn't forced into this. They was consenting, and it's just like, and the problem, like the whole thing, because a lot of people, even though you tell them like it's legal, they consented. She's an adult. She has her own OnlyFans because she knows what she's getting into. And if anything, like Shannon Sharp didn't do anything wrong because he was paying, either he was tricking or not. It was just like everybody look at that as so. And then it's just that's basically what you're saying. It's like so. What do you mean so? It's like to me, it's like having that Jordan and LeBron argument, right? And you go, why do you think Jordan is better than LeBron? And you mentioned because he's 6-0 in the finals, 6 finals MVPs, never seen a game 7, and LeBron is 4-6. It's like Jordan is like, and then a lot of people go, so what does that mean? That don't mean nothing. It's like, what the fuck? I said LeBron is awesome, and then you mentioned like LeBron is nowhere near close to like what to the. It's like what he has 1 points because he paid 20 years or some shit like that. It's just like, and then all of a sudden you go, so it's like, and that's honestly that's what I'm seeing when people go there. It's like that is still a job. It's like no, you're not doing this because, and then the whole frontal lobe thing. Oh my god, the frontal lobe thing. Because everyone's like, oh, your frontal lobe don't drop until you're 25. I said, okay, so you telling me you can operate a car at 16, you can get married at 14 in Alabama. Um, we don't look. Probably should have done this before, but we are going to let's go to Google right now. Google, how old can you carry a gun? In Maryland, you must be at least 20 to obtain wearing carry permit. Long federal general bars people under 18 from possession handguns and can you carry a gun around at 18? Because motherfucking Cal Rittenhouse had a fucking gun, and a U.S. citizen and legal resident 18 may generally carry it anywhere where it's place of residence from no private property owned or lawfully. So you can carry a gun at 18. So you can drive at 16. You can operate a car at 16. In some places, you can marry at 14. I think they changed that. You can own a handgun in some states. I'm pretty sure it's probably Texas too. You can probably own a handgun in like 18, and even Florida. I think Florida 18. Look at this. The minimum age to carry a gun in the U.S. 18. So let's get back to this screen. So again, you can operate a car at 16. You can carry a gun at 18. You can join the military at 18. You can damn near go to war at 18. And hell, even in some countries, you can legally drink at 18. And you're telling me that that's still a child. Damn near like back in the old days, it was like when World War II was happening. Some of your grandparents dropped out of high school and was working at 13. They had full-time jobs at 13 just so they could support the family. Some people don't work factory jobs their whole life. It's like we have child labor laws now, but I'm just saying, like most times, like in our history, like you could do a lot in your teenage years. We're not Are we due to the world? Yes, but I feel like a lot of people, you have enough common sense, and that's the thing about these laws. Is it's like at 16, you should have enough wherewithal to know that you can say yes or no to things. When you can wear that don't sound right, I'm just going to say no, or that feels uncomfortable. That say no. Same thing when the Dave Chappelle's "How old is 15" really joke. It's just like knowing the wherewithal is just weird things. And again, like I said, I know some smart ass 18-year-olds and I know some dumbass 30-year-olds. Like, do what you will with that information, but we gotta put things on even ground. And it's not even ground. It's not even ground on this because you always want to make men the predators and the victims. And half the times when those men, like even if they want to fuck with an 18-year-old, they're not being predators. Some people just like if she choosing, you can. And again, Shannon Sharp is not your regular 56-year-old man. Because if you're thinking of a 56-year-old man, most of y'all thinking some old beard belly, balding looking motherfucker. Not Shannon Sharp, who is like 6. Let's go back. I think he's like 6'3". Shannon Sharp height and weight. 6'2", 228 pounds of full muscle. Look at that man. Chiseled like a brick house. 6'2", damn near 230. Right? Like I said, built like a motherfucking brick. You see him. Ain't nobody looking. It's just like you be glad if you're 30 and you look like this. This nigga is 56 looking like this. All right, now what's his net worth? Net worth 2024. Estimated around his net worth is estimated around $14 million. And he was getting $100 million for this. So let's go with this one. I said, you women always talk about you want to protect her and provide her. The man is worth $14 million. Oh, yeah, we're gonna start with this because a lot of people say this. You wouldn't want your daughters or your niece or any of your female companions with a 50-year-old man. No shit. No shit. But if you've been around overprotective fathers, they don't even want their daughters around niggas their age. If you ever been around an overprotective father, you know they ain't nobody good enough for your daughter. They let them. Everybody's getting the boot. You not good enough for my daughter. You not good enough. You literally gotta find somebody that's like for him to be impressed. It's like back in those days where the fathers is just so she would have to, even if like Shannon Sharp was dating, let's say they was dating. Because I feel like this is just one of those freakos that Shannon Sharp was doing. And like that she was just a client or some shit like that. And he was just into some freaky shit. And she just thought she could get a lick on him. And then we'll get back to manipulation later. But because I just think he wasn't trying to be manipulative. I just think he was tricking. And he was into some freaky shit, which he is entitled to be. Again, he was paying for it. So it's not like it was no rape and pillage. And that's another thing with this whole, like, there's no rape and pillage here. I don't understand, like, why y'all treating this. Well, this is a case going on. And, like, I can understand that part. There is a case going on that he technically, that's what they're going for. But I think I'm looking at it as a shakedown. So I'm jumping the gun. But I could be, if this goes away, then I'm right. Then it was a shakedown. But and I think that's another part of this case. So it's like, let me not get too ahead of myself because we still got a court of law to him. I just don't think he did it. I don't think he did none of that. I don't think he's capable of doing that because of who he is. And like now, it's just like it makes Umar look great because Umar's like, yo, you got to stop that bunny hopping. And history shows like white women done fucked up black men before. So this he's not speaking out of his ass when Umar is saying this. And also, this doesn't mean like take advantage of black women either, because I know women's just like, oh, so you should only do this to black women. It's like no, because there's some people that's just sick like that. It's like you're a weirdo, and I don't even. And it's funny because my homeboy said this. It's just some people are just mad because they're not choosing you. They're just going over the 19. And it's just like I don't want to go there. I really don't. But it's obvious like he didn't want no good girl to begin with. He wanted a Miss B Nasty. And I guess Miss B Nasty wasn't available. So he's been known to buddy hop. We've seen him with the white women before. You know he's been known to bunny hop, but he did say he wants some of the Miss B Nasty. So, or he said Miss Nasty B. I want me a Miss Nasty B. Um, again, I try not to be everywhere. Again, but also I want this to be a very, very mature conversation because I feel like the dude, and honestly, from what I've seen from the comments, the men are being very mature about this, and you women are not liking the answers because those are the facts. It is just like, and I understand men can be too logical in some things. Yes, we are because we're based around logic, but at the same time, we understand like you didn't break no laws, like no laws was broken here. And you would tell like, and most dudes is looking at this is like, yeah, she trying to shake him down. It's like, especially like the time now. It's just like now when he's about to get $100 million deal, you want to put this out. Oh, what about the hush money? I said people throwing hush money all the fucking time. Some people just want it to go away. There's a lot of people that do that. Even if they was innocent or guilty, it was that what you want? You want this much? Yeah. Doesn't mean they're wrong or right. So sometimes they just want it to go away. We've seen cases like that. It's just like you get to go home. You get to get, and then most of y'all forget, 2 3 weeks, and then he's back on the shit. He's still doing nightcap. I know he stepped down from ESPN, but he's still doing nightcap. So he's still pushing nightcap. Another what else? I think I did I hit all my points. I feel like I did hit all my points. So um, yeah, that's everything I done see. Now again, black women, and I'm speaking of black women because there's a women that said, "Oh, black women, I don't know why you in this. This is none of your business." And I'm with her. This like this really ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Y'all could have just sat this one out. But I think a lot of people also look at it as like an older man, younger woman. And again, this is where like to me it's drawing a line. And then that's why I tell people I say I know some smart ass ATOs and some dumbass 30-year-olds. I said why and me not liking the ATF because why like why can't the 19-year-old girl look at Shannon Sharp as a lick? I know some girls right now, they do what they gotta do. They got old sugar daddies that, you know, pry money out of them, but they never give them some. Even though the sugar daddy wants to get some sugar from the sugar baby, you're not giving them the money. Y'all do your best to not give him some. Or it's find a way to not give him some, but yet spend his money or some shit like that. Y'all don't find that manipulation? Like, but y'all not gonna see it that way. It's just like, oh, that's what he agreed to it. So you should have known better. Again, they both should have known. But if she's old again, if she's old enough to hold shop on OnlyFans, then and be a sex worker, she knows what type of territory she's getting into. I'm pretty sure she's not dumb. I'm pretty sure she's not dumb. And um, shoot, there was something else that was along those lines too that I was. It just left my head, but it has something to do with that too. It's just like manipulation. Like I don't look. I'm not even gonna throw the like because I know older women they be fucking kids too. It's just like y'all not protecting the young. It's like everybody. I just think everybody should be protected. So even when the teachers like female teachers be fucking on the young boys, it's just like no one's protecting them. But even then, it's just like again, like sometimes they could play the victim, and yet the young boys should have known better. Like the like hell, even with the Mariah Mills things with Zion, everybody was like Zion should have known better. Again, the men we always got to take the blunt of that, and that I just like. told people like that's just something we deal with some shit like that. But you women cannot hold yourself accountable for the things y'all do. It's just like even if a woman is trying to be slick and trying to finesse, y'all would cheer on the finesse. Yeah, take him from everything he got. They're just like, what if the dude's just not a manipulator? What if the dude's just lonely? And yet she's giving him what he wants. It's just like attention. And then some dudes is just like, okay, you giving me attention, you looking at me, nigga want to spend his money on him. Like some dudes is just not being manipulative. Some people is just lonely. In which, we talk about a male loneliness epidemic, which women don't give a fuck about that either. But there's a lot of things that could be going on, but y'all label men as predators, and it's just like sometimes niggas is not being predators. If anything, we're holding up our end of the bargain. If I'm giving you if I'm giving you the money for favor, we expect you to do the favor. So, but again, you women just find ways to fucking finesse your way out of that one. She don't have to do it if she wanted to. If you pay and she didn't do that, that's on you. Instead of just saying no, that nigga paid for a service and you didn't give a service, you need to give that person a service. But people don't look at it that way. It's just like the woman is always the victim. Even if she's the manipulator, she's the victim. And that's the part that bugs me because it's just some some dudes is just like maybe they're the naive one. You ever just think of that? And it's just like they're the naive one. Some people don't get game, just like everybody. They don't watch. You gotta watch out for these hoes. That's why some people they have to figure this out the hard way. But if a man like fucking loses everything and all that stuff, he gets no sympathy points. But if a woman something happens, oh, oh, and oh yeah, the last thing, the frontal lobe thing. And I was trying to make sure that's what it was. It's the frontal lobe. And I'm going to say this. If you ask me if you're considered an adult at 18, age of consent and everything else should be 18 across the board, especially in America, across the board. It's 16 in Maryland, it should be 18. Just let everything across the board be 18 because you are considered an adult is 18. But I know some of the people's like your frontal lobe don't drop until you're 25. Okay, then you can't be an adult until you're 25. You shouldn't be considered an adult until you're 25 or when your frontal lobe drops, which they like to throw that her frontal lobe is not even a job. I'm like, then we should really think about changing the age of consent to 25 then. Do I see that happening? No, but I think a lot of people just like to play victim instead of just looking at the whole thing as a totality because that's what we do overall. Live people, and I think I said this the last one, because I'm gonna just repeat it here. Live your life. Live your life. As long as you're not harming nobody, as long as you're not doing no one dirty, you're not doing the essays and a bunch of other stuff that will get you locked up. Just do what you gotta do. Who cares what other people think? It's just we human. We got 20. We got the same 24. What you mad for? Like Kendra said. And just hope you're using your time wisely. So that's my rant. Hopefully, this is the last time we talk about the age gap. So let me know what you guys think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.